Right, everybody, it's the grand finals. It's a best of 5 between Arden in the top right of this Protoss versus Zerg. No doubt going to keep things interesting against this Zerg opponent. It's Kaizi Gaming's Solar. Now, the probe, of course, did come in early. If you're wondering why has Solar got this base, probe came across, blocked the natural expansion, as we do tend to call it. And this drone is going to go for that third base there now at about 30 supply. So real traditional build order, somewhat old school, some might say as well. None of that quick third hatchery shenanigans, just classic, fully pulling off gas as well. And we are actually facing Twilight. So Parting does not want to go straight to Sky Toss late game. He wants to play nice and aggressive. Okay, Adept's going to shade backwards. All right, what do we do? Second gateway in the main. What do we got? Third gateway. So it's going to be a 3-gate Glaives with no Robo. Ooh, guys. So this is a 3-gate Glaives where he just shades across the map. And he's going to take a quick third behind it. So he's going to get his third up pretty damn early. Now, I wonder how early. He does drop a Robo now. That's interesting. Is the Robo normally that late? I don't think so. There's no way a Prism gets across there in time for a first wave. That's a little odd. So maybe it is still first wave goes without a Prism and then the Prism follows it up. He's going to shade, looks like one Adept out. Oh, hello. He's trying to hide them from the Overlord. Overlord's going to come in from behind the natural. Parting sees this. Remember, probes don't see as far as Overlords. Overlords just taking a look, sees no gases on that natural yet.
Keep a pig fart, this a pig fart, big a pig fart, farting a pig fart, do a pig fart, help a pig fart, parting a pig fart, a pig cheer 100.
Well, thank you, Bob, for reading out that amazing message. Thank you, Maxed. That was actually a copy pasta that said, keep this pig farting to help parting. Thank you very much, Max said, keep this pig farting to help parting. Well, right now, that is not something you want to commit with unless you're crazy. Right on top of the Zerglings? Are you mad, Parting? The answer is yes. Yes, Internet. Parting is mad. He's a crazy dude. That was a lot of Zerglings. That was not a good enough position for him to have wanted to commit onto. That's crazy. And now he's throwing those away. People are going to be like, yeah, it's really bad if you go without a Prism. Well, it is if you throw them away. Also, what's the Robo for at this timing? It makes no sense. Why is he not building Immortals? He's making Blink. He's made just one Observer. I'm not a fan of Parting's build order, guys. I'm not going to mince words here. I feel like he could have hit a crisper, like harder timing with one more Adept. Yeah, I think he could have gone with more Adepts. I think going the way he did it, he did not execute the way he should have. And it's a big Ling Ravager counter roll in from Solar. He says, hey, guess what? Here we go. Biles maybe should have gone on the Stalkers, but the Stalkers were not solid. Ling's getting this around. And look at this. The Adepts are meant to be finding the Zerglings, but instead they're finding the Roach and the Ravager. And the Stalkers are meant to be fighting the Roach and the Ravager, and they were fighting the Zerglings. Parting just goes way too hard on that shade. And, very quickly double check, shall we, the timing that he hit. I think he hit 4:30. Yeah, that's late. If you're not shading in at 4 minutes 20 with those 6 Adepts, you have no reason to expect that he's not going to be ready for you. So that was a little bit risque. All right, lovely hold there. It was a rather quick Adept timing from Parting, but if you're going to hit a non-Glaive Adept timing, you can hit at 4 minutes 20. He had it like 4:30, 4:35. With that first Adept shade. So that was not a crisp timing. And to do it when he saw that there was a ton of Zerglings on top of him, well, Solar was happy to take a nice easy victory game one. Great counterattack as well with the Ling Ravager. Parting. He's got to fix things up in this next game to get back in the series. It's a best of 5, of course. I think we might have had the scoreboard there. As always, sometimes we forget to press the screen. But there's always people who see something on the screen like, but the number says the thing. You guys know it's a grand finals. It's always best of 5. Maybe you're watching this and you're new. Maybe you've never watched a finals. You're like, really? Best of 3 for a finals? That seems shit. Don't worry, guys. Just didn't press the button. It's automatically on best of 3 when you bring it up because that's the most standard. And Probe being a bit of a dickhead. I like the way he runs through the mineral line. You do that versus me, I'd be tempted to kill it. I'd be trying to pull my drones to attack it. Probe just having a bit of a dance around. It's going to be Gate Nexus, very standard opening. Now this is of course Pride of Altaris. We've seen some pretty big matches on Pride. And we've seen the gold base look very good and very bad in different situations. The gold base of course is down here, just in front of that third. Cybercore on the way, more probes, 21 gas, and then he queues up another probe. You're going to see that pop up now. And then he's going to go 22 pylon, which maybe up, looks like here. Meanwhile, that probe's still just being annoying. He's hung out, and part of the reason you want to stay in here so long, not only to be annoying, but you can also see if they saved up lava. So as the spawning pool's finishing, if your opponent has a whole bunch of lava sitting there, that's an indicator that's like, hey, why aren't you building drones right now? Oh, he's waiting for the spawning pool so he can build zerglings. So if your opponent's building 6 zerglings the moment the hatchery's finished, even if they went a hatchery first, they could still just be building up a lot of zerglings to be aggressive. At lower levels, people might just do it because they just do things as part of their habits without really thinking about it. But definitely something to keep in mind. Be a bit aware. Be a bit aware of. Twilight Council is coming down again, so Parting wants to play ground style. He does not want to play late, boring Skytoss games. What a legend. Overlord. Ooh, takes a lot of damage. Gets to the pillar though. Disappearing from view. And the Adept shades on out. Sees the third hatch. Saw that no one was on gas. And this time a more standard Glaive Adept build, which I think Parting might have been planning to do and just he's doing a DT rush. It's a DT drop. Now I wonder if he does this off just 2 gateways, because this is so damaged, his Prism should fly past and let the Stalker kill the Overlord, I would say. But he might try to hide it if he's really banking on the surprise factor. And he is actually going for a 3rd gateway as well, so it looks like 3 gates. And that Prism getting chrono boosted from 339. That's going to be a real early warp in. And you can see he's already rallied it to the pillar to kill the Overlord. Solar going for a very early Roach Horn and 2nd gas. This is my favorite way of defending. If you think it's Glaive Adepts, get out a few Ravagers and use those to hold the Adepts in place and corrosive pile them. Problem here is it's not Glaive Adepts again, is it? Actually DTs. So if he doesn't get spores down, he could just die. Okay, Prism going to spot the high ground. Stalker cleans that up, guards the wall. 4 Adepts moving on forward. And they're looking for Zerglings behind the 3rd, as well as shading to the middle of the map. Making this look like a real Glaive Adept build, selling the story. Spore Crawler builds in the natural, Spine in the 3rd. There's no Spore in the 3rd, no Spore in the main, no Lair. This is the only detection right now. Solar, he's going to realize what's up. He's got to realize what's up right now. His Zergling pokes the wall. He does not have extra spores down yet. DT's run into the wrong base. It's the only base he doesn't want to go into. Okay, go for the Queen. Yeah. Oh, he traps the Queen. Very nice. And he can go into that 3rd base. He should have realized there's no Spore there. Okay, he's going to go in, get the Spore Crawler. I would go for the Spore if I was him. He gets a Ravager. He's going to get another Queen as well. Oh, I mean, killing the Queens is good because then you can pick up and leave. And the Spore does come down. Doesn't get a lot of drones. Doesn't get a hatchery, but a lot of Queens, a Ravager, a few Lings. Oh, if he could kill 1 more of those, that would be pretty delicious. Notice he's picking up the DTs to save them right now. Ah, he went a bit too deep. I mean, that's basically the story of Parting's life, going too deep. 3rd Nexus is on the way, though, at a good time. He's got a Forge. He's going Blink Sentries. He wants to go Blink Sentry, which is very good for defending attacks from the opponent. And because he's whittled down Solar's army, Solar's having to build a few more Roaches right now. The DTs will be running into that main base. There's no Spore there right now. That one not going to be finished for a few seconds, and there's only 11 Zerglings. Oh, he goes after the Queen. Gets her. Very nice. Now, Solar being a little risky here, dude. Loses 5 workers and a Queen. 3rd base. Looks like he's killed 4 Adepts this game. But that's the 4 Adepts that shaded in earlier. So no other damage going down. Stalkers will deflect. At least Solar knows he's up against a Blink follow-up now. DT's going to go on in. Spore Crawler will take a bit of damage. Alright, we've got DTs walking in towards that third base right now. Evo Chamber's on the way. Blinken +1 about to finish. 10 kills on one DT, 7 on the other. That pair of Dark Templar are absolute savages, and he's even going to pick off some creep. He's like, hey, let's just do some Blinkstalker Observer harassment. Why the heck not? Maybe get an Overseer if that comes too far forward. Bit dangerous, but yeah, it feels very good for parting right now. He's large and in charge. Solar needs to get some more production going. Having lost a few queens earlier, he's only on 3 queens. He's trying to take a 4th hatchery on the left side. And look at this parting. He's got 2 sentries at home. He's got 2 DTs, which he's not really using right now. And he's just going hard for the win. Solar does not have any units. He just dies. Where are the DTs? Oh, they were still in the prism. Okay, they were still in the prism even at that point. Oh, he ran in behind the base at the same time. Very nice. Very nice. GG's. Ties it up 1-1. Guys, let's go. It's going to be tied up 1-1 at this point. And does he swap to Sky Toss at this point? I think he will. It's parting. His opponent in the bottom right, a Blackburn. This is Solar. Looks like the probe wasn't able to block the hatchery. That's interesting. The hatchery went down 26 seconds ago. Oh, I think he juked it. I didn't actually pay attention. Sorry, guys. But that hatchery is a few seconds later than you'd want it to be. So I think he pretended to go to the third. Parting came in, and then he came back and built it. Because that hatchery went down about 53 seconds, which is not the right time for a 16 hatch. That's more of a 17 hatch timing, which Solar would not normally go for. Of course, it's first to 3 wins to take it out. I like that little drone surround. Parting's like, I will harass you with this probe if it's the last thing that I do. My name is Probe, and I am annoying. My name is Probe, and I am annoying. Does end up mining 5 minerals, so we can't do that anymore. Zerglings and Queens are on the way, though, so it does not matter. The Nexus is on the way as well. And he started Warp Gate. Unless he cancels that in a moment, we're about to see a Twilight Council. Parting wanting to play some... Oh, no, he can't. Oh! He goes Delayed Stargate. Interesting. Parting might even build a Stalker after this Adept and just pretend he's doing Glaive Adepts again. But he's actually going to open up, I would imagine, Oracle, and he's going to look for some damage with it. Because normally you want your Stargate as fast as possible to hit your opponent with early air units, but he made Warp Gate, which is 50 gas. Normally you start the Stargate, then you start the Warp Gate. Now, because he did it this way, we think he's trying to make this look exactly like his build in the previous game. So because Solar's not actually going Overlord speed, he's not sending his Overlord in any deeper for scouting, he's not going to get the tell immediately. And he actually sends it in this time. Interesting. I think this gateway was a bit faster than it would be if he was doing a Twilight build. So Parting kind of giving away what he was doing there. Maybe not playing the mind games. He's going Void Ray first anyway, so he's just going to clean up that Overlord. And the third base is on the way for Solar. His Ling speed will be finishing at just after 3:30, getting map control. A good thing for you guys to remember, if your opponent goes hatch first, about 3 minutes 30, whether you've got Hellions out of the map or Adepts, that's the time you've got to worry about some Zerglings coming and getting you. It's the moment in the game when... And that did just kill an Overlord. It's the moment when your Reaper needs to get the heck out of dodge. And people in chat. We had a question. Isn't this the old map pool? 2000 atmospheres is, and that was game 1. And this game, Blackburn, also. These are the 2 maps that survived. Was there a third map that survived? I think it was just the 2. I feel like we had 6 new maps. Maybe it was 5. So after this game, we'll definitely be seeing probably Glittering Ashes, I would imagine, Hardwire. A few of those maps from the new maps going to be more frequent here. Ooh, 9 Zerglings coming on in. Void Ray's going to do a little bit of damage. Adept says no. Much more in there. Second Stargate is on the way. Oracle didn't really find anything just yet. Void Ray getting quite a few Zergling kills, though. Definitely limiting Solar's vision. Doesn't feel like any cheeky business is coming out just yet. This feels like a very standard 2-star Void Ray build. However, no +1 air weapons. So are we going to see Phoenix? No, because he's already building a Void Ray right now. Third Void Ray. Oh, Oracle goes in, gets 2 drones. Oh, nice transfuse, Solar. Normally you don't want to transfuse small units like that, but this is early on. Every worker counts, and Solar saves it with transfuse. Now double Void Rays are on the way. And Parting, by not making the upgrade, that could scare Solar a little bit. Solar's like, oh, that's not spinning. So Solar's worried about a ground transition right now, as he should be. Because Parting's making this look quite a lot like a ground build. No gases on the third, no Cybercore upgrade, and now he's going for a 8 non-Glaive Adept timing? He's trying to pretend it's a Glaive Adept attack. He's trying to get lots of roaches, lots of ground units produced. Everything Parting's doing is trying to get Solar down the wrong track. Unfortunately for him, Solar played pretty greedy this game, and these aren't Glaive Adepts. So they're not really going to be able to punish this very well. He's coming out with his Void Rays behind this, which are going to be a bit more of a surprise maneuver. The Adepts, he's just using more as a distracting force. I think he shades backwards at this point. Yeah, he does. And there we go. He's just going to trade on some of the Zerglings. One Adept gets surrounded, another one does as well. But the Void Rays are about to come in, guys. The Void Rays are about to come in. I'm not sure if they got spotted by an Overseer or not. If he can get the lair, that would be huge. I think that's what this is all about. This whole fake with the Adepts and everything. I think it's all about getting the lair. The Oracle, he tried to stasis trap the Queens, but a drone set it off. Oh, Parting was trying to force field the ramp. If you get the Queens trapped on the ramp, there's no way to break stasis trap units because you can't hurt units in stasis. You can't even kill your own units to get up. But a very clever ploy for Parting does not work out. It gets deflected. He doesn't find the damage. And I don't think he's dead by any means, but he's now doing a very delayed swap into charge, +1 weapons, and probably Archons after that. And that's unfortunate for him because the Spire is about to finish here for Solar. I don't think Parting saw that. And he needs to keep building Void Rays, I think, to do well against this. +1 armor on the way, interestingly, for Solar, which makes me think he's going straight Corruptors, which I really dislike. There we go. He cancels it and makes attack, which I think is a much better way of playing it with Mutalisks. Big surprise round of Mute is going to come on in. That's a good move. Solar does have his gold base up. I often call this base a trap. I think it's a bit more acceptable versus Protoss, though. And it's going to have to be a very quick recall to stop the Mutas from killing these Void Rays. Or will they just go around? Maybe the Mutas just go around the bottom side and try to sneak into his base. No cannons, no batteries on these mineral lines. He's wide open for that right now. Picks off 3 drones, pulls back. Muta's coming forward. Oracle. Oracle. Let's go to Parting's camera, guys. Parting has no idea right now. He's so dead. Those Mutas are about to ruin his day. We're on Parting's camera. The Mutas just dodged south of this Oracle. He has no idea. Parting is in for the surprise of a lifetime. He's about to have 15 Mutas hit his main base, guys. He's going to see them in a second. He's there with his Oracle. He looks back. He goes, oh, what the shit? Oh, no, and he doesn't have energy for recall, so he's recalling his Voids to his natural. He's trying to get his Archons up here, but his Archons will not be able to get inside his wall off. And that's enough Mutas to beat the Void Rays. He's trying to warp in Stalkers to help. Oh, maybe it is enough Void Rays, actually. They do chase those off, but he's already lost 17 workers. He's trying to go back up there with everything else, the Archons. He's going to send 1 Void Ray to clean up the Roaches, which should keep back those units, and the Void Rays in the main, plus some Phoenix will defend. Now, he's got to go... Solar's got to be careful, because he's losing all of his Mutas, and the Void Rays will beat these Roaches. So this is a pretty good hold for Parting on the ground. It's just Parting's economy sucks. Let's go off Parting's camera. Let's go take into it. Oh, the Queen's here. Okay, Parting should not have chased into this. Oh, that's a giant army. It's a mass Queen follow-up to the Mutas. This is a very good way of playing, guys. It's going to be 7 Queens with a lot of transfuse energy. I do think, though, there's enough Void Rays, especially with some Phoenix lifts on the Queens, to take this out. So I think Parting can do this. He's going to do some feedbacks. Gets a full energy Queen feedback nicely. Ooh, he does make an Archon there, but it's very exposed. Biles will take it out. Phoenix fly over top. On Phoenix falls. Okay, Void Rays can definitely take out some of the Roach Ravager. Battery Overcharge goes down way too early. Big mistake from Parting to pop Overcharge that early. He's not even fighting in range of it. A big mistake for Parting to pop it. You need to save that a little bit. Of course, he's worried because the Corrosive Bile. He's still got to find a way to overwhelm here. I feel like pure Void Ray might have been the way to just try and overwhelm these queens. And I think it's still possible. It's just very hard to hang on. The Archon's trying to get behind the shield batteries. The Ravagers are on top of him. Got to watch out for the Corrosive Bile peppering across these voids. The shield batteries are falling. And, oh, 2 Biles land on the voids. More Biles are about to land on them. And I think that's going to be that Solar catapulting his way through. The surprise Mutas doing fantastically. And Partings with his very tricky stasis trap attempt there. Did not pay off, guys. I cannot believe how sick that attempt was, though. That was such a cool move. At like 7 minutes, where the Oracle comes in. And if he'd actually timed that correctly, which he might have, if these drones weren't rallying out, this might have worked. If he got even 1 queen on that ramp, it's blocked. Oh, very clever opening, but getting surprised by the Mutalisks in that last game. Not quite able to hang on. This is Parting. His opponent in the top left. It's Kaiser Solar. Probe will come in for the block. Drone will just head down to that front third base. Solar very happy to take that. Yeah, the one win condition for Parting in that last game, I think, was actually not building Phoenix at all, doubling down on Void Rays, and then just overwhelming the queens, like, just through sheer power of being like, oh, that's 7 queens, I have 12 Void Rays. Because the extra queens, they actually had time to rally into that fight, and because he was going Phoenix and Archons, and they weren't really all syncing up, but imagine maybe a few feedbacks on the queens, but most importantly, just get in there with like 10, 12 Void Rays, kill all the queens, then you can deal with the ground army, because it cannot shoot up. But I do love the fancy stasis idea from Parting, just didn't quite pull it off in that game. This is, of course, Berlingrad, where doggos... Wait. Oh, I was like, I thought Solar hated doggos. I thought he must have killed his doggo. But no, his doggo is still alive there. Speaking of which, guys, we've actually been playing with health bars still on. Sorry. Normally we go damage, so it's not as cluttered when casting. So you guys can see when units are damaged, but otherwise they're full. Yeah, it's a bit nicer. Parting, also a dog fan. Enjoys leaving his doggo alive to hang out in his main base.
Thanks for the Bezos box.
Stalker? Very early Stalker, but look at this, guys. He's going to go out to the pillar, out front in the base. Take refuge there. Now, can the Overlord see the whole base? He can't. You can move out the right side here. He won't see from that side. Interesting. So we do have a Twilight Council opening one more time here. Parting likes playing ground. He does it really well. Thank you, Bocon, for the Prime Gaming sub, mate. Appreciate that. 2. So we do probably 3 gate, I would imagine. No, I reckon he goes 4 gate. 4 gate glaives is what I'd expect here. And yet he's going DTs. Ooh, okay. I mean, the 3 gate DT build did very well before. Not a bad idea to mix it in. Look at this. Zergling here, looking for any Warp Prisms or Oracles flying out. And I think he'll set the others up. Maybe one here. Probably one patrolling up here as well, I think. Yeah, look at that. Spreading the Zerglings out. One of them pokes the front. And one of them up here as well. He's got that lovely Ring of Zerg vision. For those of you wondering, if you feel uncomfortable or afraid as a Zerg, number 1, stop using F2, select all army key. Number 2, always have a Ring of Vision. Oh, so beautiful. And look at this, Overlords spreading out around his bases as well. So we won't be surprised by air units coming in. He's so good at his creep spread that it's already extending beyond most of the Overlords at the front. Pulls one back, he sees some Adepts coming out. Looks like the Glaive Adept build, but this time, extra safety precaution. He has a Spore in the natural and the third. He's skipping it in the main base. Going to start building some roaches. So he's going to do that 3 Ravager response again, guys. He's a little slow to put on gas, though. He's forgotten to put on his second gas, so he's not going to be able to make the Ravages straight away. Zerglings see that it's DTs. Immediately, a Spore goes down in the main. Immediately, a Spore goes down. Solar, so greedy. Doesn't even build a Spore in the main. He's just focused on the front. He's going to send Lings to go backstab the third, but the Adepts are there. Uh-oh. Good surround, but a very good shade. And with that probe on hold position... Oh, actually, yeah, I think he's fine. Natural wall off solid with the Stalker. DTs haven't done much, but that's okay. He's got a well-timed third up. Started before the 5-minute mark. Forge is on the way. Fourth gas as well. DTs grab a creep tumor and a drone. That queen, she's looking mighty fine right now. Nice treat for those Dark Templar. They get a Zergling and a Roach. Attacks his own queen, does Solar there. A bit of panic from him. An uncharacteristic micro error, and a lot of Zerglings, so time to pull out for parting. Probably just goes for the Archon drop now. Blink starts up in the main, and we expect +1 attack to go down as well. Third base looking pretty solid. He's adding some probes behind this. Where's that extra DT, mate? You've got the gas, but he's making only sentries and stalkers. Oh, he's going to stay in DT harassment form. Okay. I mean, he knows the lair is up now, and there's multiple Overseers making. Okay. Prism's a little far behind. Gets a few Zerglings there, not bad. Oh, this is so greedy. Oh, he gets them all out. Well, Parting likes his greed, what can I say? Very well done. There are 4 queens out, only 4, so that's not a big number of queens. Third base, probing on up. He's going 5 more gateways, so it'll be 8 gateways, Blink Stalker Sentry in a moment. Zerglings are going to spot the Stalkers, so he knows that. And I think this is very playable for both players in this time around. Unlike last time where the Stalkers came and just won the game, you can see Solar's already into Roach Zergling before we get to that point. Oh, nice interception of the Overseer Scout. Denies it. So now Solar doesn't know if there's a Disruptor transition or if this is like all-in Blink. And it is all-in Blink. At least it appears that way. 8 gateways, no Robo Bay. He's just got the 1 Observer for clearing creep. So this is the sort of one you need to put a lot of respect to. A cannon in each base, Stalkers in the main as well. DT's in the top right. Oh, he's getting some damage. Gotta pick up. Especially the red hit point one, very low there, but Hatchery takes a good 500 hit points of damage or so. Stalker's gonna clean up a few of these Zerglings in the bottom left. DT's come back in. Oh, he's so greedy. Oh, he saves that. He goes for it. He's committing. He gets the kill. Oh, great micro from Party, getting a kill in the 4th, and now his army sneaking around the left side, but no, Solar knows it's there. Parting's got to be careful with this. That was really good damage. Oh, he accidentally runs a Stalker or 2 in there. A little sloppy. He's got a cannon in the natural. Stalker warp in just barely in time to block that. Oh, big attack from Solar. He's going all in. Now that normally doesn't work against Stalker Sentry, but when your opponent's as greedy as Parting and is out of position as Parting, you can absolutely catch him off guard. Solar, the master of taking Roaches, Zerglings, Ravages, and smashing his opponent's head open like cracking a coconut. I mean, Parting has a rather thick skull that is hard to break, but Solar, this is such a decisive and surprising attack. Maybe it works out. DT's forced to drop on the backline. One of them does go down. He saves the other one, but the Stalkers, as always, so good on the defense. Even though he loses a bunch of sentries, a lot of Stalkers, a lot of Ravagers go down as well. So a rather inefficient trade for Solar. He's got to pull back, lick his wounds, and think about a transition. What would that transition possibly be, though? This is not good to fight off creep. Solar trying to ambush this army. I think Parting's the one who's got the big upper hand here. Does he, though? Roaches from the top come in. Oh, a nice little flank. Can't be getting flanked. So the whole point of why Stalkers are so good defensively is you can just keep pulling them back. And the Roachling, unless they have overwhelming Zerglings with upgrades, they don't really have the way to overwhelm and just kind of take them. 4th base is there, 3rd base is there. So we've got more gateways going on. Immortals, +2 attack. We've got melee on the way for Solar. 18 Roaches, 4 Ravages, 16 Zerglings. 73 drones on the way for Solar. DT's going to run in on that top side. This is one of the first couple of DTs, and he's doing even more damage. Drones look to surround, but he went to pull back behind the minerals, so they ran away. Let's get 3 drones before going down. Banelings are on the way. And there's no transition. So Parting is going to try and zest this game. So what is zesting? When you zest a Zerg player, guys, it's where the Zerg is constantly worried about you transitioning into an actual good army that scales well. And then he just makes Zealots and Stalkers and kills you with only Zealots and Stalkers. He says, lol, I just zested you. And if you know this is coming, you just max on Roach Ravager and you defend and you defend and you defend. The problem here is he's making a lot of Lingbane. Good versus the Zealots, the Banelings, but the Archons are great versus both of those units. And they are starting to come in now. A few Archons. The Stalkers are so annoying with how they're fighting on the left side. Look at the way he's just going to try and pick away these units a little bit by little bit. Just move and shoot, move and shoot. Looks like some Banes rolled in on the bottom and got 8 probes on this base just now. Took out a shield battery or a cannon as well. But it's a big army coming in from both sides of Parting. Parting coming in from both sides. Oh, battery overcharge is going to go down. Yeah. Oh, the Immortal is so weak. But you know what? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. There's too much Protoss coming in from both sides. Parting says, I am going to surround and swarm you silly Zerg player. I am way too ahead after holding that Roach Ravager all in. Even though you caught me out of position, you should know better than to try to attack with Roach Ravager into Stalker Sentry. That is almost always a losing fight. Solar thought a decisive, surprising thrust could win it for him. He was wrong. Couple of Overlords going down there. The dregs of Zerg coming out. He tried to focus the Archon down, but Parting pulled that back. Banelings run into Stalkers, protecting the Zealots from them. This red hit point Immortal doing well, and Parting is going to take us to the ace match. Alright guys, up here in the top right side, this game decides the entire thing. He's up. Well, he's not up. It's equal! It's the final match, it's the decider! This is Kaiser Gaming Solar. Loves a good crazy Roach Ravager thrust. His opponent loves a good Blinkstalker. Oh, the Blinkstalker thrust. He's cannon rushing. Cannon rushing in game 5. Parting's like, I saved my dirty tricks for the last bit. I hope you're watching. I hope you're ready. And oh, there's already a drone. He already knows he's getting cannon rushed. Parting's like, that's fine. I'm here to mine your minerals. That's okay. Oh, Solar already knows? What is this? Wait, what? You can do a 2-pylon wall off there? And this isn't even good. Why is this probe so far away? Guys, this is the easiest hold of all time. You literally just break down both pylons and kill the cannon. I don't know why Solar hasn't pulled more drones to attack the other pylon, but it doesn't matter because he'll still be able to kill it before his cannon gets up. Hello, Solar? You need to break the pylon. What is Solar? If Solar just killed that pylon. And then, okay, he's gonna stop. Oh my god, he's letting pylons go up on the low ground. Wait, you can't power it from the... That cannon's gonna kill a lot. That cannon's gonna kill a lot of drones. Oh my god, Solar with the underreaction. The under-response. How did he let this get up? Okay, he kills both probes. Oh, one probe's trapped. The other probe, okay, he's gonna cancel that Parting. Parting does cancel it. Oh, okay, he does kill the probe on the low ground, which is very important, guys. And that means there's only one cannon in range, so he can actually break out. But I cannot believe he pulled so few drones. He could have just killed that pylon and broken, and he should have pulled a second drone to the low ground, and there was no way it was going to get up. The moment you see a cannon, you know he's massively committed. So once again, I've got to be very critical of a pro gamer's response here to a cannon rush. I really feel like it's just so greedy. But oh, he's not going to let that get up. There's no way. There's no way. There's no, oh my god, the probe! Oh my god, he gets 2 drones, but he's not going to kill the hatch. And Parting didn't wall off the low ground, so he's dead. Because he doesn't have a follow-up. Why did he not wall off the low ground? You can't expand behind this. Oh, this does not look good. He's going to have to pylon squeeze himself out of the wall, but I don't think he can even do that on this spawn. Oh, I think the spine will kill the cannon. Yeah, it does. Very nicely done. And both players dropping the ball on this one. Number 1, why did he build that on the high ground? Parting said, this is the wrong version of the map. Oh, no way, really? Wait, guys, let's get out. Which version of the map were we on? We're gonna watch it again. Hardwire, this was the ladder version of the map. This is the ladder version. This is not the TLMC version that they played in Home Story Cup, guys. This is the ladder version of the map. So I think... Yeah. This is the ladder version of the map. But I think he was... Maybe this terrain's a little bit different in the Team Liquid map contest version. Let's go look at Parting's stream real quick. Oh, he's got copyright music as always. Sorry, guys. Parting's a bit triggered. Sorry, guys. If you guys can tell me what he says, let me know. Yeah, he didn't... Apparently, so Parting didn't realize which version of the map it is. So it was a little bit different to what he was expecting. Oh, that's so rough. So for those who don't know, okay, guys. So when you go to create game, yeah, you can search. There's a TLMC version, which has things edited, like you can't fit 2 tanks here and stuff. Whereas on the ladder version, you can fit 2 tanks, that sort of stuff. And maybe they changed some of the cannon spots as well. Anyway, I'm going to point out what Solar did wrong with his hold and why this could have been so much easier. And this is something where, this is why too many people watch pros and see them get in really compromised situations. Already at this point, he should have had a drone attacking the probe if he really thought this was a cannon mesh, right? Now, that's okay. At this point, yes, it's going to be really hard to get that cannon down in time, but if you just pull like 4 drones to attack this pylon and 4 drones to attack that pylon, they'll both die before the cannon's ready. Now, the only threat is that these pylons also power this area. There's no more space up here for them to get any more surround. So the only area you need to worry about as a player is down here. So a drone down there is really smart, but if you put a second drone, then there's nothing Parting can do. Now, Parting was very slow to bring in this other probe. The drone did a pretty good job of fighting it, but he chased a bit too far there. He should have stayed here. And what he could have done is stayed right there. So he pulled too far back with his drone and let him wall out the other drones, which is a big mistake. And then he needs to turn and kill the probe as well, which he does end up doing, of course, but he let this pylon get up. He let this cannon get up. And there's no reason why that all should have been able to get up there. If he just had an extra drone down there, easiest hold of his life. And because Parting, obviously he had a different plan where he was super committed to proxy here as well and go completely all in. That was his whole plan. But because he didn't have the natural wall in, he couldn't even take a Nexus behind. And it's a huge issue. So that is that. What's the ruling, chat says? Rematch? I don't know. Solar definitely wins, guys. Solar definitely wins. Yeah. Parting didn't check what map they were playing, the strategy for it and stuff. Now, obviously, it's still like, oh, okay, he killed that probe, so he's fine, because he can't build a proxy here. Can't. And he hasn't even got a gateway. I mean, he's already put way too much money into it, has Parting. He's in a really bad position. And the moment he loses this probe, he knows he's in massive trouble because he can't even get gateways up here to build stalkers and stuff. Gets a few drones, but it looks like a good enough hold. And Parting's just like, I don't even have a plan from here. I've got 500 minerals. I can't expand. Like, he's looking at this and realizing he can't squeeze the probe through this wall. Because if he goes there, builds a pylon, he'll just stay there. There's a little pocket. If he goes there, builds a pylon there, once again, I don't think he'll get squeezed through. So he can't even pop himself through his own wall off. So he's in a big problem. I don't know exactly what he was looking for on the map, but guys, let's go look at the TLMC version of the map. So what we're going to do, we'll go TLMC. We'll go see if that's much different. Well, this definitely looks different over here. I think. Yeah, this looks a little different. So I don't know if he was looking for this 2-pylon wall off or what. But it was just clearly a little different for him in whatever way it was. And then you can build some cannons down here. I think that's a full wall off there. Yeah, so that's a full wall off. And then he could do stuff like, I guess, maybe not there. Maybe he goes like, I don't know. Maybe like that, or obviously it's probably just gonna wall off there, cannon there, and then he can just. That's not a full wall, is it? Surely not. Oh, you can full wall there as well. Okay, wow. Some dirty spots that you can do. Interesting to see. I'm going to go out and just say, as a general rule, guys, this is, as people in chat are saying, some sort of karmic revenge for Parting and his one pylon block versus Solar. For those who don't know what we're talking about, Parting, one pylon wall, Solar SC2. Let's give that a Google. And, we can see the most unfair move in all of StarCraft history, guys.
See the void, so for the past 4 years. And look at that. A pylon at the bottom of the ramp.
Huh. What is his plan? By the way, the Zerg is searching. The Zerg senses something's going on. The cannon's going to come down.
Oh my God, that
I didn't
blocks?
know this at all.
Okay, so Parting figured something out that I guess other people didn't know. That's crazy.
Look
What?
at Solar.
What?
It doesn't even look like it. It should work at all.
That's insane. I had... What?
This might just be revenge for that moment. GG, well played, guys. Solar takes the 3-2. It's a weekly cup. It's not as big as GSL, but it is what it is. Takes, of course, the $400 first place prize and the EPT points. So the glory and the victory there goes to Solar. GG, well played, mate. Well done.